All right, guys, another episode of Shallonomics. Today is a very, very special episode. We are co-celebrating TMNTDERTALK Christian's 500 episodes, guys, of just talking Ninja Turtles. This is, I believe, his 11th year doing this. So, Christian, we're happy to have you here as a guest. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you very much. And yeah, as you said, right, as we are recording this, the 500th episode is just around the corner. Started the podcast TMNT The Talk on the first episode was released on May 23rd, 2015. So 10 years ago. It still blows my mind. It's crazy. I never thought that I would be doing this for 10 years, but here I'm still, and I'm still having a blast. So there's no stopping me.
Oh, that is great. So what is your earliest memory of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, it must have been around 1990 when the big turtle craze started. Like suddenly everybody was talking about these Ninja Turtles, or Hero Turtles as they were called over here in Europe. And at first I did not know what this was about, but then my father brought a VHS that was the episode The Old Switcheroo, and we watched it, and I was amazed by this. I was like, what is this? This is so cool. These turtles, this is fun, this is action, this is like everything I ever wanted. And then I also found the German printings of the TMNT Adventures by Archie Comics, and I started to read them, and I got into them, and got into it more and more, and I discovered the action figures, and this was the start. This was the start of this love that's like still being such a big part of my life. It will never leave me. Let's be honest here. I have a TMNT tattoo on my chest because of this. The turtles are such a big part of my life, and they will be until I'm no more, I guess.
So you're kind of similar to the road myself and Michelle Ivy took as just Turtle fans. So, I guess I can ask you real quick too. How was the fandom like in Germany? Was it the same as the States with Turtle Mania? Was everybody into turtles with turtle shirts and turtle hats and playing the video games out there and eating pizza?
I think pretty much, yeah, because over here the cartoon was a big hit. The action figures you could find it everywhere. I remember when I went to a neighboring city. Because back then we didn't have a Toys R Us in my city. We went to a neighboring city and they had a big Toys R Us, and I went there, and there was an aisle full of turtles. There were just turtles, and there's stuff I've never seen before. I was like, I need all this. I want all this. And yeah, so the turtles were everywhere. We had the video games, we had the movies. So yeah, at the start, like around 1990, turtles were that big thing. Every kid in school was talking about them. It was crazy. It was really crazy, and there was never something like this again.
So did you always go back? Because I actually did during high school. Now the 2003 series came out in 2002, 2003ish, but when Turtle Mania was kind of gone, they only had the comics. What did you go back to during, let's say 1999 through before the 2003 series came out? Like, were you watching the movie constantly still, the old cartoon, and playing the video games?
Yeah, I remember that was, yeah, I think it was 97 when I started to discover the internet. So I found out about other turtle fans and about other turtle stuff that existed. And as you said, between 1999 and 2001, when Volume 4 of the Mirage comic started, there was nothing. Nothing existed for 2 years of the Turtles. Turtles were over. They were gone. You cannot imagine this nowadays, but really there was nothing about Turtles. And I thought, okay, this is it. But I still had the internet. I still had the official TMNT website, which was amazing back then. It was by Mirage Studios. And they still posted things like the classic comic strips and stuff like this and letters. And so I still had something to keep me going on. And so it never really left me. Even then, I was still hardcore TMNT fan, holding on to them. And I was so happy when the new comic started and when the new show started. Don't get me started. Don't let me get started on the 2003 cartoon, because my mind was blown by it back then. When I first saw the 2003 cartoon, it was like, this is amazing. This is so good, because we had something that we didn't have before in a classic cartoon or the next mutation. We had story arcs, we had character developments, we had twists and turns in the story. This was adaptations of the comic books, and it was so amazing. And the Turtles were back. I was so happy back then.
And I'm hoping we can have you cover that show with us, because that I've been saying that besides the first movie, that is probably the best turtle media you will ever get out of this generation. Maybe somebody will surpass it, but I really don't see how. Another question for you was, what sort of ways were you keeping up with your turtles in the late 90s? Are you familiar with, so the one I found, I believe it was in 1999, the Technodrome, probably the coolest forum for me personally. I was like, oh my God, there's still people that like talking turtles. And I never did this, but I'm curious if you did or if you ever read them. Did you ever get into the fanfics? And can you explain to our viewers what a fanfic is, if you know?
Yeah, of course. Fan fiction. These are stories written by fans about, for example, the Turtles, where they have like adventures that, didn't happen in like comics or TV shows. They were stories that the fans created. And I read some back then. I remember some of them, and some of them were really, really good. I also know about the Technodrome forums. They're still out there. I'm still checking them out regularly for news and stuff. And I also remember that we had a TMNT mailing list back then. I was on the TMNT mailing list back then. This is something that does not exist anymore, where people wrote emails back and forth between fans, and everybody got them, and we had this conversation. And so I was trying to be active there. This was the start of the internet for me. This was the start of my TMNT fandom online. So there was a lot going on.
And a lot of it was just very positive. It's a different world now, because back then we didn't have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, all these places, Discord, where there's a lot more, it seems like, negativity in regards to positivity. So I always enjoy those earlier spots of Turtles. Let's go a little fast forward here. So what inspired you 11 years ago to say, you know what, I want to create my own podcast?
Yeah, it was in the 2010s when podcasts became a thing, and I found some of those TMNT podcasts. Like, what was it back then? Turtle Flakes and the Turtle Power podcast, Turtle Soup, some of them who are still around. And I was having a blast with them. Like, okay, there are turtle fans out there talking turtles. This is so cool. And I thought about it, and it's like, I want to do something like this myself. This is cool. This is like, because YouTube was actually was a thing back then. But I thought, like, okay, if for YouTube you need a good camera and stuff like this, but for a podcast you only need a microphone. Sit in front of the microphone, talk about whatever you want to talk, and I think I can make this work. And so I started to do my own podcast. And back then, this was my own thing, because I was the only German TMNT podcast, because I thought, hey, we also have some fans over here. And so I wanted to do my own thing. I created a German TMNT podcast, talked about my side of turtle stuff, how it was over here. And yeah, the first few episodes, they were not the best. I had to find my groove, but well, I kept going and I kept going. And after a while, after some years, I even started to create English podcast episodes because some fans came up to me like, "Hey, you're doing a podcast. That's cool, a weekly podcast, but I cannot listen to it because I don't understand anything you're saying." So I started to do the English podcast so that the international fans also can listen to me if they want to. And yeah, I'm still doing this to this day, and I have no plans of stopping it because this has also like become a big part of my life, like creating this podcast, like having notes, writing it down, and yeah, talk about everything about the turtles. Is it comics, is it TV shows, action figures, video games, movies, everything? I want to cover everything. And yeah, after hey, we have turtles for over 40 years now, and there's still so much that I have not touched yet, even after 10 years.
Yeah. So what have you covered so far in your 10 years, and what are some of your future goals for your channel?
Oh well, yeah, I've talked about like the first volume of Mirage Comics. I talked about in the middle of the third season of the '87 cartoon because I'm really talk about every episode and I talk about every comic like in depth. So it takes a while, and I've completed the next mutation.
Congrats.
I've finished season 2 of the 2003 cartoon. I've talked a lot about the Archie comics. I finished the Image comics. I've talked about the IDW comics. I'm in the middle of this. I've talked about all the movies. All the movies that were in theater. I've talked a lot about a lot of the video games. I've talked about the 2012 cartoon. Like I finished season 2 of this, and yeah, and I finished the first season of Rise of the TMNT. And I also talked about the newest cartoon, the Tales of the TMNT, that follow up to Mutant Mayhem movie. So yeah, I've covered a lot of ground, but as you see, there's still so much that's left. I mean, just about the classic cartoon, as we talked about it, it's 193 episodes. And I'm still only in the middle of season 3, so there's still a lot going on there. And yeah, I in the future I just would love to that more people get to hear me because I'm not doing this for fame or anything. I'm doing this because it's fun, because I enjoy doing it, or otherwise I would not do it. But I would love that more people find the podcast, come over to me on Twitter, on Facebook, on Discord to talk turtles. Would love that, and yeah, and I hope that more people find my podcast and get enjoyment from it. That would make me even more happy.
So you mentioned the 2003 series, which is probably like me, one of your favorite TMNT creations out there. What was it like talking to the voice of Baxter Stockman?
Oh, that was great. Such a great guy. It was such he told such amazing stories about when he was Baxter Stockman in 2003 cartoon. It was fantastic talking to him. Like he got this, and he also remembers the cartoon very fondly. He was very happy to be part of it, and if someone came up to him, is like, "Hey, want to do Baxter Stockman again?" He would be totally for it. It was great, and a great guy, amazing guy.
That's one of my favorite episodes on your channel. How do you, I guess, another good question here, just for those who are looking to get into their own podcast. what is your drive and how do you avoid burnout? Because there are a lot of stats that show most podcasts, what they do is maybe a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, and then they just say, you know what, it's not working for me anymore. I mean, for me, on my own experience, we've been close to a year. Just have fun with it is probably my advice. But, you know, for someone like yourself, I mean, 11 years is a long, long time. 500 episodes is an awesome milestone. So how do you avoid burnout and what keeps your drive?
Yeah, sometimes it's actually not that easy because sometimes you don't find the time. Um, like, okay, I have to do this. I have to do that's in your mind. You think I have to do this. I have to get an episode out. I have to produce another episode and go, 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 go. But that's not what it should be. It should be fun. If you're like, okay, I want to do this, I want to like create something because it's awesome to create this. Honestly, looking back at episodes and things I did, like I did an interview with Kevin Eastman. This is one of the biggest things that I've ever done. This is like a TMNT fan dream come true, talking to one of the co-creators. And it would not have been possible if I wasn't making the podcast. So I'm still there because I enjoy it. It's really my hobby. I don't get any money from it. It's my hobby. I do it because I enjoy it, and that's the main reason why you should do something like this, in my opinion. Do it because you enjoy it. Do it for yourself, not for money, not for fame. Do it because you have fun with it. And this is my thing. I'm rewatching all the things. I'm rereading all the things for the podcast, and that gets me excited to like talk turtles and talk turtles with other fans like yourself. This is great enjoyment. As I said, TMNT is such a big thing in my life, and I wouldn't be the man I am nowadays without the turtles. And it just gives me a reason to talk turtles. And so every week I come back to talk turtles because this is the topic I know most about it. So yeah, I want to give this knowledge to the world, kind of way.
I agree wholeheartedly, friend. That's the reason I do mine too. It's just having fun, networking with people like yourself and other fans and friends, and just giving our expertise because we try to look at it from both sides too. We're not very one-sided with our opinions. We're always up for discussion and debates. Can you walk us through a day in the life of a podcaster? Because I may be wrong here, but for myself at least, I have a good friend. His screen name is B Mills, who helps me with the audio conversion from YouTube to Spotify. But are you just a one-man band with yourself? And if so, just tell us a day in the life of being a podcaster, what you do from start to finish, planning an episode, doing your monologue, any editing you have to do, and how long can that usually take?
Yeah, most of it I do myself. Of course, I have friends that are on the podcast. I have a good friend, Pascal. Shout out to him. He's always there. He always gives me feedback. He's on a lot of the episodes with me too, because he's also such a big TMT fan. And he's really eye to eye with me. We can talk like, hey, remember this character? And he's like one of the few people I know that like, yeah, I remember him from back then. And so he's so into turtles, and it's such an enjoyment talking with people like him. And yeah, so it's more like building up through the week. Like at the start of the week, I think about, okay, what do I want to talk about? Because I normally release my episodes on Sunday. So throughout the week, I think about, okay, what do I want to talk about? So I'm doing my research. So like, I want to talk about an episode of a show. So I'm rewatching the show. I'm taking notes. Throughout the week, I also like when some news come in, because there's a news segment on my episodes where like, okay, some new comics came out and we got some news regarding like some action figures or anything. So I want to talk about these too. So I collect like these news snippets, and then I take my notes, like write down what do I want to talk about this time, and then like I create like a title picture. I create the blog entry for the website, and so on and so forth. And like nearing the end of the week, like normally around Friday or Saturday, I do record the episode. Then I cut it. I gotta admit, I am not, how should I put it? I'm a bit lazy. Let's be honest here. I'm a lazy guy. So I'm not cutting that much. I know there are people out there who like take hours and hours for like cutting together, like cutting out every or and stuff like this. I'm too lazy for this. I gotta admit. I'm not doing a lot of cutting, so you most of the time you get raw, you get raw Christian on the podcast. And so I'm just cutting together like with the intro and the outro and stuff like this. And then I put it out there and I release it normally on Sunday. And well, pretty much on Monday, I start thinking about, okay, what am I going to do this week? And so the cycle starts again. Yeah.
I think you're similar to me. Is I did not have any education in like radio or any of this like video. Like I came from a Twitch streaming that inspired me to try and do a podcast on YouTube and Spotify. So, did you have any schooling for this? And how long? And how long did it take you to study English too? Did you learn that as a kid, your second language?
Yeah. First off, like all this audio stuff or website stuff and things is mostly self-taught. I just got into it because I wanted to know, how does this work? How can I make it work? What programs should I use? Google was a big help there. And for English, I learned English in school. And I remember as a kid, I had a bit of a trouble with English, but then the turtles, even there, the turtles helped me because I found out about English comic books and things like this that were never released here in German. But I wanted to read them. So I ordered them from the internet and I started to read them. So the turtles really helped me get more into English. And yeah, so as I said, I learned English in school, but I got better through the turtles. So once again, it all comes full circle.
That's how it is for me. Turtles got me through a lot of my life, whether it was something good to celebrate, to become a good person or a better man. If I had a dark time, I would go and lean on the television show just to, sort of escape reality for a bit. So, and just so many of my friends are Turtle fans. I dated somebody because I met them through Ninja Turtles. So it's amazing what these little four dudes have done for us. A couple more questions here, and then we'll get into our Power Ranger talk. So I guess what are some of your favorite accomplishments as a podcaster? I'm guessing Kevin Eastman is probably like your coolest accomplishment ever, to talk to one of the creators of the Heroes in a Half Shell. But just curious, what are some of your favorite accomplishments for TMNT Dare Talk?
Yeah, as you said, the interview with Kevin Eastman was really a highlight, but also talking to others, like the voice of Baxter Stockman and other people who are involved with the Turtles was fantastic. And one of the most amazing things for me is also that through the podcast, I met other Turtle fans. And as I said, some of them nowadays I call friends. Uh, like my good buddy, once again, Pascal. And we are not living close to each other. I am in Austria, he's in Germany. We are hours apart, but we are always connected through our love of turtles. And we're always talking on the phone or writing each other messages. And he messaged me. He sent me a mail because of the podcast. He's like, "Hey, you're creating a turtle podcast. That's cool. Let's talk turtles." And that's been years ago, and it created a great friendship. So this is something amazing that once again would have never happened if I did not do the podcast. And as I said, another big accomplishment for me is that I'm after 10 years, I'm still doing this and I'm still enjoying it. And as I said, it's like I never would have thought that this would happen. Like, okay, if I get 50 episodes out, I'm happy. But yeah, 500 episodes later, we're still here. And yeah, I think I'm the guy who's most amazed by this, that I'm still here and but with no sign of stopping. Oh yeah.
I agree. So for those who are new to your channel, from the who can do only the English version of your podcast, what are 3 episodes you recommend somebody to get in? You know, they call it like a gateway drug. Like what is the gateway intro podcast episode you recommend new followers check out first?
Oh boy, that's a toughie. Yeah, of course, I would recommend the interview with the voice of Baxter Stockman. It was amazing. Um, but still, yeah, I can't really say there's one. I mean, I already have like over 200 English episodes, so there's a lot to choose from. Um, yeah, so if you're into the comics, you get a lot out of it because I'm nowadays I'm doing mostly the current comic runs. But back then, when when Rise of the TMNT was on the air, I talked about these episodes, and so. But I also talked about like the classic cartoon. I also talked about Next Mutation. You really have to check it out. There's a lot for. I think there's something for everyone. If you're into the comics, if you're into the TV show, I think I have something for everyone. Like a little nostalgia trips. I think yeah, you can find something.
I agree all the way, my friend. What else I want to ask you just before we dive into our Power Rangers? You are one of the more giving turtle fans out there. Can we talk a little bit about your website? Because not only do you list your podcast, you actually list others like Turtle Tracks, Epic Tales. You have a nice library just because it seems like you just want other turtle fans to enjoy other podcasts. So can you talk a little bit about your website too?
Uh, yeah. I mean, the one you're talking about was the old blog, but like some weeks ago, I started the new website, tmnttalk.com. Like back then, it was tmnttalk.blogspot.com, where I've listed all these podcasts. I mean, there are still fantastic podcasts out there, and I'm not just creating podcasts, I'm also listening to a lot of podcasts, and I'm really enjoying all these other podcasts, as I said, like Turtles Forever, um, Turtle Soup, or what else, Turtle Tracks, also a fantastic podcast. There are great podcasts out there. And but as I said, like some weeks ago, I started how should I put it, real website. Um, and there you can find everything about me. Like I have like the newest German episodes, the newest English episodes. Um, I also have created with my friend an audiobook, unfortunately only in German. Our own version of the origin of the shredder, which was fantastic. And you can also find all the socials. You can find also on the website, I have linked all of my guest appearances on other podcasts and on other shows like Gelonomics. I've listed them all there. So yeah, you can check out them too. Yeah, just go to tmnttalk.com and check out all the socials. Come over to, well, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord. I'm pretty much everywhere. TMNT The Talk, you can find me everywhere.
Oh, so one more question here we're going to ask for you is How did you come up with your logo? And also, who is your favorite Ninja Turtle? And then we'll get right into Power Rangers.
The logo, I designed it, but my wife drew it. She made it like the turtle, like getting interviewed. That was the idea behind it because it's the talk, like a talk show. That was the thought behind it, like the turtle getting interviewed with this microphone. And as I said, my wife drew it, and I think she did a fantastic job with it. And for your second question, my favorite turtle as a kid, it was Donatello, but nowadays I love all four turtles equally. I cannot decide between them. For me, they are just this family. There are four turtles. If one of them is not there, something is missing. They have to be together. They are a team. They're a family. They're brothers. So I like every turtle for who they are and what they bring to the team. So if you ask me who is my favorite turtle, I I gotta say, and I know it's very unsatisfying, but I gotta say all four of them.
No problem. And then one funny one before we get into Power Rangers. What is the most obnoxious pizza you've had? We've all had, I would like to assume all of us have had pizza thanks to the Turtles. Did you ever get a little exotic with either a pineapple or did you try something from the TV show like marshmallows or jelly beans? Or we got to know at least one of them.
Oh, um, I remember as one time at this pizza place where you can like create your own pizza. Like you can say, I want on this pizza, I want this, I want this, I want this. And they had on the menu, they had gummy bears. And I thought, this is so weird. I have to try it. It was disgusting. It was horrible because I think I had like what was it, pepperoni on it, so normal stuff on it, and then I take a bite out of it, and suddenly there's something sweet between this. No, that's horrible. It was horrible. Never again. But I had to try it.
Exactly. You only live once, so what's wrong having a little cheese with the you already got your cheese stuck in your teeth. Now you got some gummies mashed with pepperoni. Delicious. We have tried a peanut butter and jelly pizza, and I think I tried a jelly bean and Peeps slice of pizza a while back too for Easter. So I'm with you on the funky flavors. Well, Christian, I appreciate your time and letting us all know your podcast. Congratulations on 500 episodes. And let's do what we do best over here, my friend. Let's dive into the Power Rangers Ninja Turtles crossover that as a 90s, 80s, 90s kid, this is a dream come true, wasn't it? So how did this come to be, if you know? And let's break down both crossover graphic novels.
Yeah, dude. For now, we have two crossovers between the Turtles and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And, I gotta say, nowadays, with all the crossovers going on with the Turtles, it's not that unusual. I mean, if you think about what we got the last few years from TMNT, like we got Stranger Things, we got Street Fighter, we got Naruto. It's crazy. I mean, if I remember back then when TMNT Batman crossover was announced, I thought this was something that never would have happened, and see what came from it. So yeah, then suddenly, hey, the Power Rangers and the Turtles team up in their own comic story, and I thought that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm a kid of the 90s, so I also know about the Power Rangers. Of course, I was never an avid fan of it. I was never like I watched every episode, but I liked Power Rangers. I always tuned in. I enjoyed it, and so this was like, this could be interesting. And first off, gotta say, this crossovers, in my opinion, they really deliver what you want to get from these crossovers. You get everything you want and even more.
No, I agree all the way. It starts off with, Turtles and Power Rangers. You get Rita Repulsa in there. You get some great writing by, I believe the name is Ryan Parrott, if I'm saying that correctly. And there's just playoffs. Like Donatello asks, like, how does Tommy play the dragon flute through a metal plate? The sarcastic stuff that we always laughed at as kids. I thought it was great too with this. Did you read these and did you like the story with Shredder and whatnot and the evil Green Ranger?
Oh yeah, that was like at the end of issue 2 when Shredder becomes the Green Ranger. It was like, oh, this is good. He looks so good. We even got an action figure of him back then, and it's so amazing. It's so cool. It's like, okay, I'm invested. This is really cool. And yeah, as I said, we get what we want from this story. At the start, the Turtles fight the Power Rangers until they find out that they are on the same side. Um, then the Shredder turns into the Green Ranger. Then the Turtles become the Power Rangers. Like, okay, I want this. This is right. This is exactly what I want to see. Um, so the Turtles fight Rita's evil monsters, and yeah, and near the end, we even get Rita like growing Bebop and Rocksteady into like giant versions of themselves. And the turtles have to use the Mega Sword to fight them. And they even get a fusion of the Mega Sword and Metalhead to create the Turtle Mega Sword. And it's like, okay, this is a fan dream come true. To be honest, this is exactly what you want from this. This is so much fun.
Yeah, and then from there you go into the next one. You get Casey Jones, who kind of becomes a Power Ranger. The Rat King appears. Just so many more classic characters. The Putties are there with the Putty Soldier Elite. You get the Power Rangers. We have to go to like Ninja Rangers. And then in this one, what was your take on? Again, I think like you say, there's my goodness, so many crossovers. I hope I can cover more of them with you. I'd love to talk the Street Fighter one with you, Batman especially. But how wild did you see the Power Rangers become like, I guess, dinosaurs, almost like Ninja Turtles? I mean, like Kimberly is a pterodactyl. I thought that was kind of cool because it's a comic world.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, go wild. This is, as I said, this is what you want. And it's how should I put it? It's a natural evolution because in the first crossover, the turtles became Power Rangers. So now the Power Rangers have to become mutants. And so they turn into the mutant rangers, like, as you said, like Triceratops and T-Rex. And Tommy even turns into a mutant dragon, which the turtles even comment on, like, how can you turn into a dragon if dragon never really existed? So don't think about it too much. It's cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's so cool. I mean, in this crossover, even we get some scenes. Leatherhead appears in it. Slash appears in it, and Krang is working together with Rita. And yeah, there's some things like the Turtles even have to team up with Shredder because Shredder wants to get revenge on Krang for like throwing him out. And so he works together with the Turtles to stop him. And yeah, then the turtles get even new powers because we find out that in Dimension X, some power morphers exist. So the turtles turn into the Dimension X Rangers. It's crazy. Yeah, what else? And near the end, Krang gets a new body, like turns into this giant mega sword Krang. And once again, the turtles have to use the turtle mega sword and the mega sword and the dragon turtle sword, and it's crazy to defeat him. But well, is this the end of the story, or will there be a third part? The ending suggests something there.
That's exactly what I'm hoping for. I think somebody, I could be wrong, but I was actually doing a quick Google before we did this one because I'm like you, I try to be a completionist and try to finish the series. So that's what I'm trying to cover in regards to like the shows we're doing. But you're right. At the end, Shredder and Lord Zed are looking like they're trying to figure something out. And I can't confirm, but I think this is supposed to be a trilogy. And I think something is supposed to be coming out not too soon. But I do believe there is supposed to be one more for the finale. Just like how, although the Turtles Batman did have the animated series for 1-2, but I know they had a trilogy, which is, I'm starting to read that now. But for anybody who's a fan of Power Rangers or Turtles, this is just for you because you get to relive those classic spots. The Turtles do their own Power Blaster. I kind of had chills with this too. Do you remember in the first one, those who are diehard Power Ranger fans, they were never, one of Zordon's rules, nobody should ever know you're a Power Ranger, and they broke that code to tell the Turtles. What were your thoughts on that, man? How crazy was that?
Yeah, that they really tried something different there with the whole story. I mean, for some moments, the Power Rangers even became because in the first crossover they lost their powers, so Splinter took them in and like trained them a little bit in ninja style, so they became like the Ninja Rangers, as you said. So yeah, there's some things that like okay, I would have never thought that I'm seeing this as much as I know about Turtles and as much as I know about Power Rangers. Like okay, but they did something different there, and it just went wild, and it was so much fun. And as you said, a third part is on the way. I've heard about this too.
Yes.
So yeah, I hope that we will get this like I don't know, maybe at the end of this year or start of next year. Looking forward to it because, as we said, at the end when Lord Zed appears, like oh, Shredder and Lord Zed teaming up, this could be something.
That's a team up that I thought that's what was going to happen in the end of the first 6 issues, but we finally get Zed. I think everybody agrees Zed's one of the coolest bad guys you'll ever see in any creation. Couple other cool things here with Splinter saying "protect one another," plays off of Zordon. May the power protect you. I was okay with how they combined a Cowabunga and Power Rangers with Powabunga. I didn't have a problem with that. And the coolest line of the whole entire series, and I think you may agree with this one because you're more a Turtle fan like I am than Power Rangers, is this quote here with Shredder saying, "I have a brain to damage." How cool is that line right there, man? It doesn't get any better than that.
Oh, totally. And I mean, in this, the second crossover, when the Turtles and Shredder go to Dimension X together, there's one dialogue there that's I think is one of the most interesting conversations between the Turtles and Shredder in modern days is when the Turtles ask him why are you still hunting is why are you still doing these bad things or anything, and Shredder's like, why do you try to stop me? Well, because it's the right thing. And Shredder's, no, that's bull. You are doing this because you think that the world will accept you. So why are you still doing evil things? And Shredder's like, well, doing good things gets you friends, but doing bad things, taking over the world, this will get you power, this will get you statues. And this is such a badass thing, I gotta say.
Yeah,
Shredder is like, oh,
I
this is
agree.
so cool.
So
Yeah.
just for fun, as we bring this in for a landing, since we're filming this, recording this May 20th, 2025, I have not read into the third, part that's coming. Do you have any predictions or anything you'd like to see in this one?
Well, to be honest, I don't know what to expect. Uh, I think, well, the Turtles will still be the Turtle Rangers to work together. I really cannot say what is still missing here because we've already in these two crossovers, we've like seen everything that I can think of. We've seen the Turtles becoming Power Rangers. We've seen the Power Rangers become mutants. We've seen the bad guys team up with them. What else is there? I I'm open for surprises. I think they know what they are doing, and I can expect maybe like meeting some other Power Rangers, or maybe meeting some other turtles from other worlds, like something. I don't. I have no idea, honestly, but I'm ready for it. I'm looking forward to it.
Same here, my friend. Because, yeah, in the Batman one I just wrapped up, when we get into that one, there was a crazy multiverse where the black and white, like Turtle Prime, comes out kind of like Turtles Forever. I can't wait to hopefully cover the Batman Turtle crossover series with you as well in the future. But I'm with you. I'm just looking forward to it. I had chills knowing that Zed's going to be here. So I think it's going to be a wild ride. Well, Christian, thank you again, as always, for your time spent here. We plugged it already, but let's plug it again. Where can people find your podcast?
Thanks, man. It's always a pleasure talking turtles with you. And yeah, once again, just a quick one. if you want to hear more from me, check out my podcast, TMNT The Talk. Just check it out. You can find me on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, pretty much everywhere you're listening to podcasts, or just go to the website, www.tmnttalk.com. You can find all the information there, all the social medias, and what else you need. And yeah, hey, write me a mail, write me a message. I'm always there to talk turtles. Yep.
All right, Christian, it's been a blast, my friend. Happy 11th birthday to your TMNT Dare Talk show, and congratulations on 500 episodes. Look forward to the next 500, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Until then.